Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we're going to go over the 4-5-1. This is probably known to be one of the better formations, but I just don't like it too much because it's sometimes a bit passive. So I'm going to talk about the changes that I've made. So when you're attacking, it effectively is a 4-3-3. So if you like playing in a 4-3-3 system, then a 4-5-1 second variation may be an option for you. But the benefit you do have is on the defensive end, you can actually defend in a 4-5-1. You pack out the midfield, your left mid and right mid, they come back, and you make a midfield 5 with a back 4. It's kind of like how it was in the old school days when you would put, for example, your right forward or your right winger or your left winger on comeback and offense. Now, for the striker, I have Son. Look, now out of possession, this player is not going to be coming back. Now, if you're asking me, truthfully speaking, I know a lot of people like playing this player on the advanced forward. You can do if you want to, but I would recommend Poacher. AI movement is very limited, and I always want those players to make runs in behind. If I ever need, for example, Son to come close, I can always ask him to come close with the R1 button, or I can use player lock. And with the Poacher, that player is always ready for the player lock anyway. Now, the most important position is this CDM. A lot of people put this player on attacking, but you want this to be on the holding. So when you are going forward, you're going to have basically two attacking center mids. Well, this will be in this layout. And you're going to have one player that will be sitting back and holding. This would be the defensive player. You need to ideally put someone here who's got the holding role, which is ideal. Now, you may have seen the 4-1-4-1 variation. Do you want to get better at FC 25? Now, before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you join my FC school and you didn't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? I can say this because I've been running my FC school for many years and thousands of students join and even stay on. We go over complete in-depth gameplay tutorials showing you both the theory of something and the gameplay examples using real-life examples in a structured format that's like a course. The videos are on a systematic learning system teaching you everything from the core mechanics, the basics to the meta so you can get better as a whole with explanations that go beyond the scope of my YouTube channel. FC School has already started with every single tactical layout, focuses, meta cards, and learn the meta before it even becomes the meta. So come join thousands of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better at FC 25, patreon.com/nilguides, or click the link down below. Now, when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos, more than my YouTube channel, in fact, with new videos on FC 25 getting constantly added so you'll never run out of content. The biggest mistake people do is they spend thousands of dollars on FP points every year thinking this will make them better, but it won't. But now it's time for you to make that change. Don't forget, if you don't get better after 1 month, just send me a message and I'll refund your money. That's the Nil Guides guarantee. Links down below in the description, patreon.com/nilguides. That's the more defensive variation of this. It's the exact same formation, except for this player is a CDM, but in this position, he's center mid. So he's going to sit a bit higher, going to be able to distribute the ball, but they're going to be on stay back while attacking. So when they're on holding defend, think of it like stay back while attacking like last year. I never really want them to put them deep line playmaker or anything like that. I feel like I want that person to be in the middle, that I can help distribute the ball, or I can rotate the ball back to the center mid, the heart of the team, and be in a defensive position. I don't want to get caught out when I'm attacking and have this player playing a deep line playmaker on the side. I want this player controlling the central areas of the pitch. Try to find someone who's got at least good defensive awareness and good sprint speed. That would be the most important things. Now, for both the left center mid and right center mid, now you can go for play. Now, the way that I play this both on playmaker. For most people watching this video, this might be a bit too overly attacking. And the reason I have to always say that stipulation is because if I go and give two playmakers, someone's going to to me, oh, Neil, there's no one in the midfield. Oh, Neil, there's no one on the defensive end. So that is what I would do. If you are really like, okay, you know what? I'm fine with playmaker, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I would recommend box to box. That would be the best option. If you do struggle defensively, let's say you're sitting here and you're like, you know what? Okay, I'm still struggling defensively, Neil. I like the 4-5-1, but I don't want to go to a territory where I'm going to a 4-1-4-1. You can put holding. That way, when you are attacking, you kind of have two players on the back. And what you can do, for example, if you want to, you can put the right back, for example, as a wing back, or in my opinion, attack and win back attack. And that way you can have the kind of similar to the old 4-3-2-1 system from the olden days. So you can do that as well. So if you want to ask a fullback to go forward, that is an option that you do have. I'll come back to that in a second. Otherwise, I would say playmaker for me for both is what I would say. Now, the left mid and right mid, I see a lot of people put these players on inside forward balanced. Okay, yes. it does help on the defensive end. But the problem is they're just so far back. The only thing I don't like about it is out of possession, for example, with inside forward balanced. They're not integrated into the attack. When they're on attacking, basically, the good thing is they are barely coming back. And they're basically always going to not stay forward. They're going to come back, but they're not going to sit as a defensive 5 line. So that way, when I win the ball back and I turn over play, I can get ready and I can launch the player lock, the L1 triangle. I want those players to be advanced and be ready. The 4-5-1 is naturally quite a defensive formation in its shape. When I'm transitioning from defense to attack, I want those players to be inside forward attack. So I know some people have inside forward balance on some tactics. I personally feel that's too defensive. We already have one CDM technically, or centre mid on holding, and 2 centre mids. Do we really need to put the left mid and right mid on balanced? If we're trying to close out the win, then maybe, but then you just use the 4-1-4-1 instead. For the defensive line, both the goalkeepers, I put them on defend and defend. And for the left back and right back, I have them both on fullback and defend. As I mentioned, if you want one of them to go forward, you can do. And then what you could do is you could relegate one of these players, like you can say to Guijarro, I want you to be as a holding. And that way you can have width with a right back going forward, or on the left-hand side, I've got Batcher. Maybe even Batcher's a better choice. And that way I don't really lose too much, because Guijarro will be saving for me, because if that player goes out of position, I can then run back with Guijarro. Just make sure this player has good sprint speed and good defensive awareness. That is basically it from how the roles work. What about the tactics itself? Now, counter is very, very, very important. Probably the most important thing with this formation. If you use this on balanced, you're going to find it to be very slow unless you're manually triggering L1 triggers. Even I don't want to do that. That's just too boring. Triggering everything, try-harding. This game is so slow as it is. You want to be really playing on balanced? No. So you want to be playing on counter. Those players will be making runs in behind. At least when you get forward and you get the ball, you win the ball back and you transition to an attacking phase, it's going to be as quick as possible. And the defensive approach now, people are saying that the width keeps reducing back to 50. Yes, I'm aware of this. It's a glitch. I brought this forward. I'm sure they're aware of it as well, EA. And I'm pretty sure there should be a fix for this coming very, very soon. But what I'm doing basically is I'm not going to the highest. I'm going to basically 59s. I'm going to the highest level on balanced. If you want to, you can do, but I would always, for example, go like this, and then go 59. And then if I want to, I can always apply more pressure manually. The reason why I don't like the AI press sometimes is because sometimes I overly press. I use teammate contain, I run out of my center back. I then don't want, for example, my team to be out of position if there's turnover of play, or if a player doesn't get tracked. I don't want that. So I always say, look, start on a number like 59, which is, since it's a kind of a defensive formation, you could argue, on the defensive end, but also attacking in a 4-3-3. Then you can always adjust this for your own playstyle. The most important thing is over here, I would say, if you can try to get someone like Alexia, someone as a center mid that can shoot, a Valverde or a Bellingham would be perfect, or even Alexia would be perfect in this role. And then for the other one, for the other play, it depends. I have Guijarro, so if she needs to play on holding, stay back, and Kadioglu needs to go forward, or I can switch it, because the benefit is Batcher has the attacking wing back plus. So what I can do is I can switch it, and then at least Guijarro can stay back. For the left mid and right mid, you need, of course, pacey players here, pacey wingers. Neymar can get away with. I'm probably going to do the Banyes on this account. But with a Hunter, Neymar is just about fine. I'm currently playing him out of chemistry. He just gets 1 chem with the Brazilian manager. Not ideal, but it's not the end of the world, I suppose you can say. Left back and right back, of course, typical. And for a striker, try to get someone that's complete. You may find that if you have someone that's rigid here that can't hold up the ball, it's kind of like a balance. You don't want someone to be like 5'5" because they can't hold the ball, but you don't want someone to be like a Haaland that's going to be very, very rigid unless you're playing that system. Someone like Son is a bit of both. Okay, I can dribble a little bit, but I can also hold up the play. And of course, you know, with Son, he is, of course, the finesse shot beast. And in terms of the code, that is the code if you are wanting the 4-5-1. And if you do want the one with the CDM, which ones you don't need another code, you can just literally just copy the code and change it yourself. That's the whole reason for that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. It's probably not going to replace any of my tactical layouts. As you can see over here, 4-2-3-1 attack. I still like the 4-2-3-1, even a 4-3-1-2 better than this formation. But a lot of you guys have been requesting this formation and saying, why have I not released it? So I've just came up with this one, did some testing, and thought I'll release this one. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget, if you want to get better FC, come to my Patreon, so it's patreon.com/no guides, or you can click it if you don't give after 1 month. We'll find your minds, no guys guaranteed. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace.